Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's your name?
I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. It's nice to meet you.
You too.
So what brings you in today?
Really, I've just been having a lot of anxiety, and I've had a panic attack this week just from all the stress that I'm experiencing. There's a lot going on with school and work and just all this stuff, and it's getting to the best of me.
What specifically is stressing you out right now?
I think school probably plays a big role in it.
How come?
Well, first of all, I've never really felt like we've had a lot of guidance at my school. I feel like it's kind of all self-learning, which I'm pretty good at, but I didn't, sign up for this program to teach myself, and I feel like that's what I'm getting. And it is a lot of money, and because it's a lot of money to go to this school, I can't afford not to be at a full-time job. And I just feel like I'm sinking myself into debt over, not really learning anything. And I'm just teaching myself things that I could have taught myself outside of the school.
So it sounds like school is a big stressor and it's affecting a lot of other things in your life?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's affecting I never really want to go to work anymore when I know it's a week that I have school, like I have to take off, or I'm concentrating a lot about school when I'm at work and like trying to rush and get assignments done and print things out just because there's so much due. And there's a new online portion now, which is, I think it's really annoying because I don't learn from being online, and I didn't sign up for an online course. And it's a course that I feel like is hard for me to understand, and I would like the one-on-one help, but it's just kind of doing it on your own, doing it online, and I feel like I'm never really going to actually grasp the information. I'm just going to, submit my papers, get the grade, and move on, but I think that I should be learning this stuff, especially for how much money I'm putting into it.
It sounds like you're really stressed out when it comes to that online portion.
Mm-hmm.
Have you talked to your professor about any way to make it easier for you and your classmates when it comes to doubling up on coursework?
Yeah, I did, and thankfully my professor for this class is really understanding and willing to work with us, and that I just talked to her, and it took a whole lot of stress off of me just to, do things as I can do them to the best of my ability, and, it's more about just the learning process rather than the grade and implementing it, which is helpful, but, I mean, unfortunately, she's only my professor for this class, and I don't know what's going to happen in the future, because the school I go to really likes to change things. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if this is something to be expected in the future. If I'm going to have to take more online classes. If that's the case, I'd rather just switch to being online totally and not even go to class, because, you drive all the way out here and sit in class for hours and hours and put your personal life on hold, and I'm just doing it online anyway. So.
Right. Was there anybody else that you can relate with that felt this way?
Yeah, actually a lot of, my classmates feel the same way, and they feel the same way about the program in general. It's not even just, the online thing's kind of like the final straw of where I was like, I'm done with this. Mm-hmm. But, it just kept building up with the changes, the misdirection, there's no communication. I just don't feel like some of my professors are even very knowledgeable on the subject, or don't share their knowledge at least, and I'm just kind of, again, self-teaching myself, and I feel like that's how a general consensus of everyone who I've talked to in the class feels too.
So it sounds like they can be somewhat of a support group for you?
Yeah.
Because they can relate to exactly what you're going through?
Yeah, definitely.
Good. Is there anything else that's been bothering you lately that's causing you a lot of stress?
Just like, again, I have to start doing the internship soon, and I feel like I already work full-time, and just going to do my internship after working full-time is just a lot. And, I already feel like I'm neglecting my personal life, my boyfriend, my friends, just me time. I feel like I'm sleep deprived, and that's already, and what's going to happen when I have this internship on top of it all. I feel like it just might be too much and too stressful, and I really want to put my all into the internship because, it's a good experience to learn since I'm not learning anything in the dye. And I feel like, you could potentially get better job offers, make connections outside, and I can meet people that can, like, guide me through the process there. So I just feel like if I'm super stressed out or exhausted, I might not put my all into it, and that's what I'm afraid of.
So, just to be clear, everything that is stressing you out is surrounded by school.
I think so, for the
Okay.
most part. I mean, I have some other stressors here and there too, but I think school's really consuming me lately. And just on top, that's really affecting, you know, my views on the internship and work.
Well, it sounds like you're bringing up the internship quite a bit. Is there a reason for that?
Just because it's new and I don't really like changes, and it's really stressing me out because of my job. And luckily I just got offered a job where I can complete my internship hours. Unfortunately, I can't do it while I'm working the 40 hours a week, but it's still at least going to be at the same place with the same people. But, I mean, if I stayed at my current job that I'm leaving, I would have to do my internship overnight, or, I mean, like, on the weekends, and that's just taking up more of my personal time. And, I mean, it sucks that you have to leave a job that you like and that you could have a future with just for this internship.
Right. So is there any leniency when it comes to when you can do your hours for your internship to work around your work schedule?
For my new job, thankfully, yes. It's like a 24-hour kind of thing. But, I mean, my biggest fear going into it was that a lot of places that I want to work in the future's hours are 9 to 5, so I didn't know how I would fit that in because I don't want to just waste my time and intern somewhere that I'm not interested in. But, so thankfully, you know, that takes a little stress off that I can do it, but they're more flexible about it.
That's good. Is Madai helping you at all when it comes to finding these internships, but luckily that you did find your own?
I'd say no.
Okay.
I'm not one to really hound people about it. I get things done on my own anyway, and just judging by my record with Madai, I don't feel like they were really capable of finding me something that I would want to do. Maybe they could just place me, but I mean, I haven't had the best experience, and I kind of have a bad taste in my mouth about them, so I kind of want to keep them out of it. I feel like I've gotten more done on my own, and when I was doing my interview for my internship, the lady was very familiar with this program, and she, you know, she kind of felt for me, so that was good. She didn't hold it against me, so she kind of took me under her wing a little bit and told me, like, she would take care of it and help me through the process, so that I'm looking forward to actually having someone to help me.
Right. It sounds like you are willing to get more support, but you have that feeling of, you know, let down because of the way that your college has perceived itself as a program.
Right. And I just feel like, I mean, there's been 2 or 3 professors, the one I was currently talking about, my current professor, and a couple in the past that have been, but I mean, again, there's those professors and just like the directors that I don't feel give you the support, and I just kind of feel like I'm expected to be here in a professional manner, and I'm not seeing the same professionalism. Like, if I didn't respond to an email they sent, I could be kicked out of the program, when you can email like 3 or 4 times and never get responses. Or, you know, if I couldn't go to attend a class one day, it could be the end of the world. I'd get kicked out. But, I mean, professors cancel on us. They change the weekends around. I just feel like, you know, in the beginning, the first maybe like 6, 8 months, it was a really bad experience. And now I'm too far in it to quit. But I just kind of wish I went somewhere else maybe, or maybe things will change, I don't know.
Okay. Well, do you think that there's any hopes for finishing with a positive note?
I do. I think I'm looking at it a little more positive. I think that I've kind of figured out if I want things to change, I've got to be more open about it and not kind of just take it on myself. I have to let people know that I need help. So I'm going to try to do that more. And I just think, you know, starting my internships, it's scary and it's a lot, but I think that I've gotten this far, and, you know, it's really not that long in the grand scheme of things, so I think that I can end that.
So other than the woman who's helping you with your internship, and we'll get back to that. Thank you.